Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today at the Talent Terrace for Tech Trek. We are super excited for you to be here and to share tips on activating your elevator pitch. Thank you also to Vicki Joling from A2360 Spark for hosting us and to Russell Video for capturing this video. I'm Amy Sell from Amy Sell Talent. I founded this company to connect talent and opportunity, and we love to help people find their next career adventure. I can really relate to being in a career transition. I myself switched careers from public accounting to human resources. Also, at one point, I found myself looking for a new job 4 times in 6 years. Thus, I can really relate to every aspect of the career search and job search transition and all that you are feeling right now. Today is all about how you tell your story through your elevator pitch. An elevator pitch can be crafted to create a strong introduction that can then be used and refined to use in a variety of professional situations, on your resume, for your LinkedIn profile, and for virtual networking events, which a lot of us are doing right now. A clear introduction is an excellent tool for job seekers, career changers, and professionals in any way to use to create a memorable brand. Think of it as your verbal calling card. Introducing yourself is a simple premise. You know who you are, but making an impactful introduction that carries your brand forward is trickier. And this is really important when you are in a job search, and every introduction could lead to a connection that could lead to your next career job. Who has pitched a business? Been an interviewer or an interviewee? Chatted at a cocktail party or more. So now we're doing virtual networking online. In all these cases, the more direct you are in your introduction, the better your listener will understand who you are and what you have to offer. We say this to career coaching clients all the time. Tell your story in a coherent way so that others can understand your value and don't need to guess where you fit into their company or organization. Keep in mind how the words you use to introduce yourself shape your networking opportunities. So, grab a paper and pen. We'll be sharing elements of a successful pitch, ways to construct your pitch, and we'll share video participants doing the same right along with you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We are super excited that you are here before the start of Tech Trek. We know that navigating a virtual network or career fair is new for many of you, and we wanted to share with you some tips on preparing your elevator pitch as you head off to meet amazing, innovative companies at Tech Trek. I am Michelle Galbraith, a manager and career coach at Amy Sell Talent. I work with job seekers one-on-one or in small group settings who may be having difficulty in the job search process or don't know where to start with updating their resume. As some of you may face challenges returning to work, recently laid off, or making a career change. I love being able to help our clients identify their skill sets, craft their brand stories, and arm them with the tools to confidently answer employment questions and ultimately land their next job. My past experiences include over 20 years in staffing and recruiting, from an East Coast corporate recruiter for Unilever to the University of Michigan Ross School of Business admissions advisor turned career coach. I understand what it takes to identify and select people that are the right fit. So let's get started. Elements of a successful pitch. We know a pitch is used to introduce ourselves in multiple settings. At its core, an elevator pitch is an introduction highlighting your strengths, passion, and interest. We are all familiar with the KISS method. Keep it short and simple, or sweet. Think about it this way. If someone falls asleep between your name and the end of your conversation, what must they know about you? What one thing would you like them to remember? Being clear, concise, and compelling within 30 to 90 seconds is key here. Get to the point. This is an elevator pitch, an opportunity to promote yourself, and by keeping within the KISS method, you'll want your pitch to be shareable, meaning the listener will easily understand what you do and remember a little bit about you to be easy to repeat to another person, thus being shareable. Your goal is to share what makes you unique or perhaps your special sauce. Again, how do you want others to remember you? Consider your hook. Pique your audience's interest so they want to ask more questions about what you do and what makes you special, your superhero career powers. And of course, be truthful as it speaks to your own personal narrative. Then share your pitch with those that you know and that understand your working style and passion, and be receptive to their feedback, as sometimes they perceive strengths in you that you assume just come naturally to everyone. And most of all, practice. We all have recording devices these days to help us prepare and practice. Continue on. The elements of a successful pitch. We've got important questions or prompts to ask yourself as we move on to the next phase. Grab a pen and paper, or perhaps screenshot or take a photo of this slide. We will take the answers to these questions and combine it later with a simple Mad Lib template. When preparing your elevator pitch, think about your listener. Why should they care? How can the work you do benefit your listener or someone in their network? Okay, let's start with the basics. Who are you? This is your intro and time to share a little bit about yourself. Little being the operative word. Remember, it's 30 to 90 seconds. Pique the listener's interest. Provide a brief background. Not your life story or your sob story. Not the gory details of why you left a previous job or your grievances with your previous manager. Nor is it a time to rattle off an inventory of everything you've ever done. Do, however, share if you're a recent grad or if you're making a career pivot. This is the time to showcase your skills that would be applicable to the new career. Remember, you want to share the unique combination of skills and passion that are important to the listener or future employer. So if you're great at programming, but looking to switch into sales, highlight those most relevant skills for the role and the opportunity that you're seeking. The dreaded question of tell me about yourself, or what do you do? Don't lead with, I'm unemployed, or I'm looking for a job. Instead, talk about who you like to help. I'm a consultant focused on helping startups get to the next level. Who is your target audience, or who do you ultimately serve? Perhaps it's customers, internal clients, vendors, agencies, web developers. Your pitch will vary depending on your audience. And how you deliver your pitch will be based on whether they are experts in their field or have no clue the area of your work. Tailor your pitch based on your audience and your listener. Once you've identified the target audience, now answer what problems do you solve for that target audience? In understanding the audience or employer's pain points, you can tailor your pitch to showcase your skills to alleviate their pain. Is it less stress managing global teams, more efficiency, innovative designs, or in this day and age, organizational change? What makes you the perfect candidate for the role? Employers are hiring because they have a pain point, and this role needs a special person with specific skills to help that pain point go away. Remember, you're presenting your best self based on your experiences, your training, your passion, and your future plans. You know what you're about. Make it clear to others. Don't let them connect the dots based on your training and experience. and the results you can accomplish for the target audience. I know it's a lot, but by understanding these questions, it can help you develop your elevator pitch. Now, we have 2 video participants next up sharing their elevator pitch. Mia, who is new in her career, and secondly, Sonja, who is more seasoned. Let's hear what they have to say.
Hi, I'm Mia. I'm a digital marketer and freelance social media artist. I currently am freelancing digital marketing and infographic work. Over the last couple of years, I've worked with a handful of companies, including Detroit Dough, which is a company based in Detroit that gives back to the community and is primarily focused on Gen Z and millennials within the entertainment industry. I've also worked with Ann Arbor Spark, which is a nonprofit development, a startup development company, and so they work primarily with innovative tech companies in order to get them on their feet. And then I'm currently working with Baldwin Wallace University's music theater program in order to establish a greater social media presence for them and their company. Primarily what I do tends to target Gen Z millennial voices. I think it's very important for forward-thinking companies to start integrating social media and infographics into what they're doing. You know, to keep the new clients engaged, you gotta have infographics that match. But yeah, that's a little bit about me, and I would love to connect with you on LinkedIn.
Great. We just heard from Mia. She's new in her career and still in the process of getting her degree. But you may not be able to tell because she focuses on her experience, her skills, and passion. Did you get a sense of who she is through her elevator pitch? And which audience she caters to in solving their pain point? I got a sense she's a digital marketer and a freelance artist who's worked with nonprofits and startups. She also shares some of the software she uses. The pain point she addresses is developing infographics for organizations who need a social media presence focused on millennials and Gen Z. What did you learn from her example pitch? Based on her example, what would you do to update the delivery of your pitch? Next up is a simplified template to help you get started. So some of you may be scratching your head wondering how to craft your pitch or refine it. Some of you may be starting from scratch. As we know, it can be difficult. So we took a simple formula from Elliot Lowe, an investor for startups, and adapted it to work for personal pitches. So here's a Mad Lib style template. Remember a few moments ago when we shared some important prompts and questions? Based on the questions we asked you earlier, use your list of answers you generated and take a few moments to craft your pitch using this simple construction to get you started. It might not work for everyone, but it is a jumping point. Now, if someone remembers only one thing about meeting you, what should it be? As you think through how you want to be remembered, tighten up your language and refine your pitch. Realize this is a work in progress. Think about what impact will this listener see after working with you? What do you bring to the table to help solve your audience's pain? And then be prepared to provide an example of an actual problem and how you develop the solution. Now let's go over the template. The question, who are you, is answered in the first 2 statements. Hello, my name is, my background is in. And then getting a sense for how do you solve the problem for the target audience that you see. I provide, and then that problem that you solve, how does your target audience benefit from your unique skills? By providing my advantages and specific skills in negotiation, due diligence, and to help that audience who you serve, startups, technology, and then accomplish their goal, move to the next step in the next stage. Remember, this is not a one-size-fits-all. This is a starting point. You will continue to refine and test drive your pitch until it becomes more natural, fits your cadence and delivery, and includes the strengths and unique perspectives that you offer. Now, next up, we shared this template with Sonja, and we worked with her to refine her pitch. So you'll see her construction as she puts this together. And you'll also hear from Amy Sell and her feedback regarding the pitch. Now let's listen in on Sonja.
Hello, I am Sonja Parkinson, a recruiting and HR consulting manager at Amy Sell Talent. I am a former Big Four accounting professional turned HR management and organizational development connoisseur. I focus on providing talent sourcing solutions and HR consulting and transitional support to corporate and municipal clients. My team and I work in true partnership with clients to help them source talent for hard-to-fill, newly created, and specialized positions ranging from entry-level personnel to C-suite executives. I also help clients solve emerging workplace issues related to diversity, equity, inclusion, compensation, and compliance.
Great job, Sonja. It was really clear to me about what she does and who she serves. I also like she focused on some keywords like helping, partnership, and solving challenges. Also, for anybody out there that might be switching into a new career or occupation, she nicely combined her past career with her current passion, such as I'm a former Big Four accountant turned organizational development connoisseur. Now you have an opportunity to test drive your pitch. I think it's good to think about kind of one key takeaway or message that you want a person to remember. How can you solve a pain point? Can you increase revenue, reduce costs, improve quality, or improve customer satisfaction? If you can do one of those core things that might be keeping a business owner up at night, build that into your message. Okay, so now that you've heard Sonja's pitch, what would you do to refine your pitch? Sonja used this simple template to craft and refine her pitch. I hope that you will also find it useful. Remember, you are the expert in your skills and backgrounds. You own these. Pull out the most relevant ones and use them to show how you can help an organization. And then keep boiling it and testing it and tweaking it down until it is clear and compelling. Again, hello, I'm blank. My background is blank. I solve blank by providing blank to help blank accomplish blank. So keep identifying these, use this handy little cheat sheet, and then test your messaging on your friends and family and see what their reaction is.
Great. Thanks, Amy. Food for thought. Today was all about crafting your elevator pitch. We hope you picked up some tips to help you make a strong introduction. Remember, for your elevator pitch, highlight your accomplishments, your passions, and your skills. Answer, who do you serve, your target audience? And answer, what is the unique advantage that you bring? Or better yet, the pain point or problem that you solve. Pique the listener's interest with a hook, and don't forget the KISS method. And of course, practice, 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 and use the template to get you started. And if you need help, the Amy Sell Talent team is here. We hope you're headed off to exercise your elevator pitch, your verbal calling card, your personal brand statement while meeting amazing companies during Tech Trek. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. And special thanks and appreciation to Vicki Joling from A2 Tech 360, Spark for hosting this event, and Dan Russell and the Russell Video team. If you have additional questions, the Amy Sell Talent team will be available for office hours during Tech Trek from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Every half hour, we will focus on a specific concern. Check out our schedule and Zoom link below. Happy trekking, everyone.